Hey guys, good morning. So at this point, we have spent 2 days talking about solving equations with fractions. So today's going to be kind of like our wrap up, right? We did the initial day, and then we did a secondary day. That was kind of just a review. We looked at variables on both sides as well. And this is going to be a wrap up to make sure that we really understand how to clear denominators and things like that. So I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to kind of quickly model to there's an attached worksheet with 9 problems. I'm going to go through the first one. Okay, just for a couple of reasons. I mean, it's not a hard problem, but I did want you to see what it looks like. So actually, I think I'm going to go through the second problem instead. Okay, for the first problem though, this is what it is. Okay, so just put this down if you're looking at your worksheet or if when you start your homework, right? It says number. You can't, even the number 1 is a little blurred out, but this is 1a. It's 5x fourths plus 2 equals x fourths plus 7. All right, so I don't think I need to model this one. I think we know that since the denominators are the same, we can multiply everything by 4. Some of you may use method 2, where you subtract x fourths on both sides, or add negative x fourths on both sides, and then add negative 2, which would actually be really easy. But for most of us, we're going to multiply by 4. But just so I don't get comments about, I can't read the first question, which would be understandable, I'm putting it up here. So hopefully we don't have those issues. So I'm actually going to model the second question. So the second question says x halves minus 3 is equal to x sevenths plus 2. So obviously the common denominator for 2 and 7, right? The least common multiple is going to be 14. Now, also what I said was if you couldn't figure it out, you can just multiply them. So like for question 1c, where you have x divided by 5 and x divided by 10, the common denominator is 10, but if you didn't know that, you can just do 5 times 10 and you can use 50. Remember, you can use any common denominator, any common multiple. It doesn't have to be the least. So I'm going to multiply everything on both sides by 14. And again, we need to make sure we don't forget any of these 4 terms. So when I do it here, I get 14x divided by 2. When I do it here, I get negative 42. When I do it here, I get 14x divided 7. And when I do it here, I get 28. Now, those of you that are a little advanced, right, we probably could cut out some of these steps. I know that if I'm doing x halves times 14, it's really going to be 14x halves, which is 7x. So you don't necessarily need the step that I have there in red. So 14 divided by 2 is 7, so we're looking at 7x. 14x divided by 7 is 2, so we're looking at 2x. So now we have a fairly simple equation with variables on both sides. I'm going to add negative 2x on both sides. Try to eliminate my smallest variable term. I've got 5x minus 42 equals 28, so we have a pretty basic 2-step equation, right, which is going to give us 4x equals 70, 5x equals 70. And when we divide both sides by 5, we should end up with x is equal to 14. All right, now our check really should be pretty simple. So we're going to rewrite, which maybe I'll do it on the next slide. Right, x halves minus 3 equals x sevenths plus 2. So we think x is equal to 70. So I'm going to put the 70 in parentheses, even though they're not totally necessary in this example. So 70 halves is 35 minus 3. Oh, maybe I should substitute the right value. Let's take a step back a little bit here, guys. Sorry, I knew this wasn't going to work. Our value is not 70, our value is 14. So let me substitute 14 here. So now when we check it, we get 14 halves is 7 minus 3. And 14 sevenths is 2 plus 2. 7 minus 3 is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. So we're happy, we're convinced that x is equal to positive 14. So what you guys are going to do, so again, I just wrote out 1a. Okay, it's a really easy one. You can multiply by 4. And then I modeled 1b. So now you only have 8 to do. I still want you to put that one in, so I know that you got some notes. So you're going to solve and check these 9 problems. Okay, again, guys, we're going to solve and check those 9, and that's going to be your only homework here for the weekend. All right, so have a great weekend. Any questions, remember, make sure you post a comment on Google Classroom so I see it. Also, as I've mentioned, People Path should be up and running. Okay, I have everything other than maybe the last couple days or so I have in there. So there's a lot of grades to see. So it'd be a good idea to, if you haven't already, to take a look and see how you're doing.